Hello, welcome back. Just arrived up here at the land not too long ago. So yeah, I'm just sitting here on the picnic table, finishing up my my coffee, and the bird is kind of still on the nest there. She's sitting up on it right now, up in the corner there. So I'm trying not to disturb her too much. We'll check maybe on it later on when I gotta go by anyway and disturb her. I'll just take a quick peek with the camera there and see what's going on up there. But I did get a couple of loads of aggregate, so I finally have some more stuff to move. So I'm gonna move the truck kind of out that way first, just to get it out of the way. I'm gonna get the dump truck up and running again, add a little bit of gas to it, and then see if I can do some loads, run some loads up to the end there where I was working last time. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm probably gonna have to boost the dump truck again, but we'll give it a try first and see if it's been holding any of the juice since last week. And then I'll grab the trailer. I bought some more diesel too up, so I'll grab the maybe side-by-side and just shuffle stuff around with that. And then yeah, we'll get to work. So let's get to it. Before we get started here with the dump truck, I'm going to zip down here first in the side-by-side just to make sure the roadway is still clear and kind of scout out where I want to dump the first load, and then we'll come back and get started. So let's go to it. Right, the pathway up here looks pretty good in terms of being clear, I guess. I definitely need, quite a bit in this area just to kind of help flatten it out more and straighten it up, but I might not come back this far first load. Maybe I'll try to drop the first load right here, actually, with this spot, and get this built up a bit more, and then I can drop a load kind of like, a little bit back, kind of work past here, and yeah, just dump kind of like a load every so often, and then I can come back and spread it. This definitely could use some more too here, so yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll focus on this little section, kind of starting there up to that that rocky area there, just by the edge of that sort of open area, and then see if we can't drop maybe 4 or 5 loads up here, and then we'll come back and flatten them out. So yeah, I'll meet you down there. All right, before I go up and grab the tractor, let's see if I can get this thing started. So I'll try first without boosting it and see if it's held any juice over the week, and then I can add some gas to it, and then go swap for the tractor. So let's see if we can get it going. All right, that's nice. I usually don't end up even shutting it off when I add gas to it, because I'm only adding a little bit. You know, it's not, you know, the safest or whatever, but it's you know, just a little bit of gas getting added. So I also want to lift the bed up just a little bit so I can get access to the gas a little easier. So I'm going to do that first, and then I'll go grab the tractor, run the tractor down to where the aggregate is, and then I'll come back, walk back and grab the dump truck. The reason I add a little bit of gas is because the gas gauge doesn't work, and I did put a stick down inside last time just to see kind of where it was. It's hard to really tell how much that is, but I could tell there was gas in it. So I did add a bunch last week as well, but then I ran it quite a bit, so I wanted to add a little bit more this week before I take it on a bunch of runs. Anyway, so yeah, now I'm gonna go grab the tractor. I'll run it over to the aggregate spot, and then I'll come back and get the truck. So let's get to it. All right, let's get a load going here and see if I can get it up there. So there's my my 2 dumps loads of pit run. So I'm just gonna not push it. I'm gonna do the same as last time, just do 5 buckets, and see if that's light enough to kind of get all the way up there. All right, let's load it up. Alright, 2 loads, but some bad news now. That's gas that it's pissing out, so it's not good. I'm gonna go park it a little fast. See you in a bit. All right, well, the dump truck is definitely out for now. managed to figure out. Okay, so here, this is pieces of the brake line or gas line, but those are from the secondary line. There's a secondary gas tank at the back that I'm pretty sure, hopefully, that line goes to. But the other line, which I'll show you here, the other line, how well you can see this, but it's sort of dripping there. So this is what no longer is attached. Was leaking, spraying out of there, so that sort of gave out. And then up in this spot here there was some dripping too, so I think there's some hole or corrosion or something on the line there. The line seems okay after that though, so if I can either just make a new line from here to here, it might be okay again for at least for a little while. But yeah, I don't really have anything with me here that I could use to try to repair this. But it's basically this joint, so it looks like, or this joint, one of these two sides, is what kind of fully rusted, probably just from the bumping on the road. Just happened to notice a spot when I was walking back. Noticed a wet spot on the ground, and so I checked it with my fingers there, thinking it was just like oil or something, but it was definitely gas. And then when I went and looked under the truck, you could just see it pissing down. So that's not good, and obviously not safe with flammable fluid like that dripping out of the truck as it's running. One thing to add gas to the tank, while it's running, but that definitely not safe. So anyway, guess I'm out of luck on the dump truck for now. I'll have to think about how I'm going to repair this. I obviously don't want to put money into it, so I got to do a bit of a makeshift repair job. But I'll give that some thought and maybe prepare to do that some other time. So I got, I guess, 10 loads up there, 2 buckets, or 2 dumps full, which was 5 buckets each. So I guess I could go grab the tractor, grab a scoop with the tractor, and then run that up, and then spread what I have up there, and then decide what I want to do after that. Black flies are rats. I have my my rhino skin on again today. This black layer underneath here, which it does work okay, but it's not 100%, and this is getting pretty old. There's actually a lot of holes in it too now, so I need to pick up another pair. But they also don't like the noise, so if I get the tractor going, then at least the bugs will kind of stay away from me from there. So I guess that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll get cleaned up here first. I got sort of gas and mud all over me now, so I'm already at the tent here, so I may as well get washed up a little bit first before I get on the tractor. Maybe we'll check on the birds here, since we gotta disturb them a bit anyway. Well, if it's not one thing, it's another, eh? Alright, this looks like the bird's gone. Let's take a peek at the nest and see what's going on up there. Yeah, hopefully they're still doing okay. Let's get cleaned up and then I'll meet you at the tractor. Alright. Well, since dwelling on the stinking dump truck again, but grab the tractor now, and I'll take one load in it as I go up. I'll get the stuff up there spread, and then and then I guess we'll see what we want to do. I could run loads with the side-by-side, I suppose, but I have the tracks on that, so it's not much better than the tractor, and I don't really want to wreck the tracks running back and forth all the time on them. I should have brought it home last week maybe and got the tracks taken off, but wasn't really expecting to have to do that, so I may just switch tactics and do something else. Oh yeah, look here, you can see I must have been leaking gas at least on the second time. Oh, maybe there's a spill here too. Yeah, I might have been leaking the whole time there. Definitely must have been getting worse though. It must have been just maybe a smaller drip first. But yeah, okay, so let's get the tractor going here. Hopefully that'll keep the bugs down too. And we'll just quickly grab a load here and scoot up there and finish what I started, I guess. Okay, well, that area now should be a lot more stable. A lot more structure to it now. So it's not too bad. It's definitely a bit bumpy, and I kind of ran short here. I need to kind of dump a load in here somewhere and help level it off a bit more. But till I get that dump truck up and running, it's going to be tricky to do that. Yeah, so I'm going to head back to camp, have a little drink, and then I'll give some thought, I guess, to what I want to do next, and go from there. So I'll see you in a bit. Right. Well, I finally decided what to do next with the dump truck out of commission. I don't want to run back and forth with the tractor just yet. If I have to, I'll fall back on that, but there are a lot of things to do, so I'm just going to switch to something else. And one of my next major projects that I got to start pretty soon is the bridge over this creek. And because we've had so little water so far, it's down, pretty low now. So it's probably at a good place where I can start prepping this. So I've got my I-beams already, and my plan right now, I gotta draw it up a bit more first, but my plan right now is to put the 3 I-beams that I have on basically cement footers, and then I'm going to do 6x6 kind of across those, and then maybe some 2x6 or 2x8 or something like that over the top, kind of running with the flow of the tires. And my goal would be to have the sort of the 2 on the outside sort of lined up close to where like a bigger truck's tires would be, which I think is kind of like along this edge here and along this edge here, and then do one in the middle. And obviously I want the I-beams kind of stretched out a little further, but as you can see, it's very tight here. So I'm going to work on this little area here and start pushing this back to free up more space. I don't think I'm going to be able to get around this area, you know, and across like with the tractor or anything while I'm in the middle of building the bridge. So I think it's kind of like a, once I started, I gotta finish it situation. Just because of these big rocks over here. So my tire tracks right now come to here. So if my bridge sticks out, say another, you know, foot and a half on each side, it's going to come, you know, kind of here, and that doesn't leave much space before this big rock here. I might be able to throw some more rocks down below to be able to climb up that a little bit, but I don't know that I want to get rid of these two big ones here. I'll leave those for now. So I'm just going to start clearing kind of back where the tractor is, kind of pushing that stuff out of the way, and I'll come back kind of to these trees and cut this corner off down here. But I want to do a few measurements first as well. My I-beams are 16 and a half, roughly 16 and a half feet. And then I want to measure the width a bit to see what kind of distance I'm going to get, or what size of 2x6s or 6x6s I need to buy. So yeah, let's do a couple of quick measurements here, and then we'll jump on the tractor, get that going so these bugs don't keep bothering us. So yeah, let's do it quick. All right, I got to do a bit more thinking on 10 feet across. If I did the 10 foot mark, it doesn't leave, you know, very much. If the edge of the tire is kind of coming here, it doesn't leave very much if I equal it on either side. But if I do 12 feet, then it's overhanging quite a bit from the I-beam that's going to be at the bottom there, which is probably not so bad. And I do want to put a bit of a lip on the outside too, so that'll keep you in a bit. But with 10 feet, I don't know that I have much room for any kind of lip on the edge there. So yeah, so I guess kind of talking myself into it, but I guess 12 feet, which is what I was originally thinking, is probably the way to go, which means I do need to cut into that bank, as well as this bank a little bit, or I might get it up maybe above that rock there. So the bridge kind of starts there, so it's spanned from, you know, basically kind of like the edge here, roughly, to kind of roughly here, I think, where the bridge would be. So that'll be decent, but I do need to clean up this spot here a little bit. So, and it's good to have this rhino skin on. They'd be destroying me right now. They are still biting me and getting at me, but it's not as bad with this stuff on. So let's get that tractor fired up, scare these bugs away, and get some of this cleaned up over here. Let's get to it. All right. I think I've got some rough measurements now, what I need to do, and a little more space on this side to work with. Big rock that I hit here. It didn't budge at all, so I don't know how deep it actually is or how big it actually is, but I'm not really gonna plan to touch it anyway, because my bridge will be kind of roughly up that high anyway, and I'll just kind of backfill over top of that and then catch the hill back here somewhere. Still a lot of figuring out to do. But anyway, one step closer now over here, so it's good. Sure what time it is now. I'm gonna go back and check the time. I'm gonna do a dinner on the fire tonight because it's a nice night. So it might be time to get that started, get the fire going, get myself some coals. So let's head back, check the time, and decide if I want to try to get anything else done today or not. It's been a somewhat successful day, but not as much as I was hoping for sure. Alright, I'll meet you over there. Alright, it's already getting a little bit late, so I got the fire going here, and I'll show you what I'm going to do for supper once I get a bed of coals here. So I'm going to make pizza. I got my pre-made dough, mozzarella cheese, and pepperoni, and then my sauce. Might be a little crispy on the bottom parts, but not too bad actually. So, alright, I'm going to enjoy this and enjoy the view at the same time. I'll see you later. Well, that was a tasty dinner. Wasn't too overcooked or anything. It's always hard to get the cheese melted and the pepperoni kind of crisped up. It's not like a pizza oven with the heat coming down on top of it, but still pretty good. And what a gorgeous night. It's pretty much still air now. The fire's still going here. I'm just kind of enjoying the evening. It's pretty peaceful. I've got my radio here as well, which I turn on every once in a while. I get CBC up here. Not much else. There's a couple other stations that come in. I'm gonna scroll through them maybe later, see if I can find the hockey game. But not too hopeful about that. But yeah, it's almost that time, I guess. So I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy the view. For some reason, the bugs are like gone. It's very strange, but it's a gorgeous night. So yeah, I'm just gonna hang out here for a little bit and enjoy the evening. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. Bye for now.